So it's currently a really horrible day. It's very windy, rainy, and just freezing cold. Oh, Ryan is going crazy in the field. Lovely, jubbly. Oh, the lighting's crap on this. Anyway, just watching Ryan go crazy in the field. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a day in the life of what's going on at the moment. Obviously, everything's changed. I now have another horse, as you would have seen. Mary, if you haven't watched that video, go back 2 videos and you can see more about Mary. But I just thought I'd update you guys pretty much because obviously I've got another horse to do. Everything's kind of changed at the moment. I'm not really doing much with Ryan. He's only doing some long reining and some walk work. Mary's obviously only 3, or she's nearly 4, but she's not under saddle at the moment. So I've just been doing some groundwork with her. I need to teach her to do some long reining, but at the moment I've been just doing some lunging. I might do a bit of lunging for her today, and then probably maybe try and long rein her tomorrow. It's a bit windy for long reining today, so if she's not really a fan of it, I don't want her to like freak out or anything. The weather is not going to help. And Brian is currently lame. I love my life. I have 3 horses and I can't ride any of them. I can walk Ryan if you count that as riding. But Brian is currently lame. We went to Kiso and I did start vlogging that, but obviously I couldn't post it as there was literally no footage at all. I went to Kiso on last Friday. We got there and I rode him and he felt a little bit weird. But I literally got him straight after travelling for 3 hours. So I thought maybe he was just a little bit stiff where he's getting older now. So I just didn't really do much with him. I took him for a walk on some grass. He looked okay, to be fair. So I was just like, oh, maybe he's just a bit stiff. We'll see how he walks out in the morning. Brought him out the next morning and he was very lame. Literally couldn't even put any weight on his front right leg. And yeah, he could literally barely walk. So we ended up coming home early Saturday morning and my farrier met us here. And his only real explanation was an abscess, because that's like the only way they can go from being completely sound to crippled overnight without actually doing anything. And in the 4 years we've owned this horse, he's never been that lame. So I just thought it surely is an abscess, like it can't be an injury. So the farrier met us back here. He couldn't find anything as of yet, but he did look like he had a little bit of nail bind, which is when the nail gets very close to the sensitive laminae in the horse's foot, and it almost causes like a bruise, which can cause an abscess. So he took the foot off. Yeah, he just cut his foot off. He took the shoe off and we poulticed it for 3 to 4 days, I think we did. And then he came back, he was sounder than he was. He still wasn't 100%, but he come back, put the shoe back on, obviously didn't put the nails in the area that we believe the nail bind was. And he's still not 100%. He's pretty much a wimp, this horse. There was nothing that come out, like there was no abscess. So we just thought it was a bit of bruising. And he's a wimp, he's very sensitive. So I just think that it's taken him a couple of days to kind of understand that it's not hurting and kind of get over it a bit. He's currently on a course of Butte. He's on like the second to last day. Tomorrow will be the last day and then we'll see how he is. Obviously he's still not better in a couple of days, then I'll have to get my farrier back out to have another look at him, and then further on the vet. But fingers crossed it doesn't get to that and he'll be okay. We have had nail bind with him once before and that was when we first got him. It did take him a little bit while to get over it, so we think it's that. At the moment he's out in the little field, I'll show you that in a second. Just because we put him out in the big field and he decided he wanted to gallop around, and he's not allowed to do that because he's meant to be lame, but he can still apparently gallop around the field. Anyway, today my plan is just do all my jobs. I still haven't done them yet because I woke up late today. Great. And then yeah, I need to give the horses more hay because Brian's field hasn't really got any grass in it. So I'm just gonna go out now and give Brian some more hay. I need to muck out as well. So I'm gonna muck out, do like some time lapses of that. You can come with me to make my feeds. That's my coat in the way. Because obviously we've got new feeds as well. We've got obviously Mary's feeds. And then if I do anything else, I'm not sure. I might do some of the horses today. My plan is to try and lunge Mary and maybe just sit on Ryan and walk. But it depends on how the weather goes, because if it continues to be this disgusting, I think I'll be safer to not do anything with them today and just do something with them tomorrow. But what I might do is just add in, I've been talking for so long, I might just add in the videos of me doing something with them tomorrow into today's vlog and put it up on Monday instead, or like Sunday night. But we'll see how the day goes. I'll update you guys on that. How are my gloves wet? Great. My gloves are wet. They're not going to get my on. Anyway, just getting my gloves and that on because it's currently freezing cold. I should really put a cap on as well because my hair is really greasy. But sorry, the nice ugliest faces. I'm a good little. Oh, I don't really know what I want to put on my head. My hair is so greasy. I just keep on resting my phone on things. I'm like so greasy. How do you even put these things on? They just cover your ears, don't they? Woo! I look bald now. Wait, I actually look bald. Oh, and we also need to put some more shavings in today. I think this is how you put these things on. I don't actually know. Oh well. Just cover my greasy hair. Anyway, let's go over the house. Are you serious? Excuse me! Oh wow. This is how my day's starting. With a very Ryan! Move! Move! With a very fresh Ryan! Oh! Oh! Idiot horse. Honestly. Now that drama's over with Ryan, because Ronnie set him off, I'm just going down to the field to give Brian some more hay. Because like I said, he has no real hay in his field. Meet Mary. Hey Mary. Hey Mary. She says, is that hay for me? No, it's not for you, Mary. It's not for you. No, it's not. Mary's going to have to get used to being on the vlogs. Hey Red, Miss Og. Let's go and see Bryzy. Wah. Mary's come in, see her boyfriend. Bryzy. Hello. Check he's warm enough in that rug. He's had all his hay. Give me some more hay. Oh God, come in. Got 2 horses. Brian's like, give me it. So the thing with putting him out in this little field is he doesn't have any hay in here. I mean grass in here, it's just like mud. This is actually Mary's hay. Mary wants some. You've got your own hay, Mary. Look, she's thrown it all over the field. You don't even want it, really. Give him a little bit more, and then we'll go and do some mucking out. Look at them both. Anyway, so just giving them some hay. Take this hay back. Mary's literally got grass in her field, but would like Brian to have some company. Hey! We need to feel one place properly so he's not sweating. Oh, he's nice and snug onto there. You're nice and snug. He's like, piss off. Right. Let's have a feel of Mary. Hello, Mary. Ooh, nice and warm into there. She's so pretty. Whoa! God, they've all got the wind up their bloody bums at the moment, that's for sure. It's like it's going to be really long of just me chatting crap, innit? Anyway, Ryan's in the wash, okay? Oh, in the arena. He's now got a treat bowl to settle down. Let's go and muck out. That's 2 out of 3 horses mucked out now. I'm standing on the bucket, Ryan's watching me. Mary's eating her lunch. Hey Ryan! Hey pretty boy. Mary's over there having her lunch. Mary gets a lunch. Well, she gets 2 lunches actually. Mary gets 4 feeds a day at the moment. She was on 2 bigger feeds, but she wasn't really eating it all. And she's a little bit underweight, so we want her to put on that weight, and it's actually better for them if they have more feeds like split up into smaller ones a day rather than 2 just big ones. So I just make up all 4, you'll see when I make them up in a minute for you guys. And I like split the supplements in between all 4. She has 1 in the morning, so whenever they get fed, so during the weekdays when I'm at work, they get fed about 6:30, so she gets 1 at 6:30, she gets 1 around 10ish, 10:30, and then the next one is about 2ish, like 2:30, around that time, and then after that she gets one about 6. So that's her 4 feeds a day. The rest of them just get 2 feeds a day. So yeah, I've just mucked out 2 of them. I've mucked out Brian and Ryan, as you have seen. They're the 2 latest ones. Now we're just going to quickly do Mary, who is the cleanest, and then I'm going to go in, have some lunch, and then I'll come back out, put Ryan over probably into his grass field. He has quite a few things wrong with him. I will at some point do an explanation video of him, but to be honest, I can't even fully explain the extent of what's going on with him because we're still not 100% sure ourselves. So I don't want to do a video and be like, oh, it's this, like, oh, he'll be fine, and then him not be fine and that not be it. So at the moment we're kind of just, it's hit and go with him. At the moment I'll just tell you, he has bruised lamini. He has in both feet. That's what the MRI come up with, obviously. Well, no, we took Ryan for an MRI scan back in July, and it came up with a few things on there which I will explain to you guys at some point, that sounded scary but were very mild, and they shouldn't have been causing him any lameness. It said on the MRI report these shouldn't be any cause of any lameness, but he was lame. So we treated the things that what did come up in the MRI scan, just in case he was just extra sensitive, and they were the reason why he was lame. He was coming sound, and then he would go lame again, like between 1 to 2 months afterwards. And my vet was just like, look, the medication's not working. We're gonna have to try something else. So we tried something else. Same thing. It wore off really quickly. Like anyone that has had their horse medicated for whatever reason, it should last for anywhere, depending on how much you work the horse, 6 months to 8 months, or even up to a year. So the fact that it was wearing off, yeah, I'm talking about you, Ryan. I'm talking about you, pretty boy. The fact that it was wearing off within like literally 2 months was ridiculous. So we got our vet to send his MRI report to a specialist. And the specialist come back and found more things that weren't initially found that were to be a cause of lameness, like bruised lamini. He had quite significantly bruised lamini in both his front feet, which when you shoe a horse can look like redness or like bruising through their white line, which to a farrier would be looking like laminitis. So it looks like he's had like either It's really hard to explain, but basically bruised lamini can either be a really bad like spout of laminitis, or it can be from the structures of their feet and the pressure being put on the I know this. It's like the pressure being put on certain parts of his feet, like on the navicular bone, and then the lamini is just below the navicular bone, like just next to it. So basically it can be really bad bruising from the structure of his feet and the way that they're structured and the way that they're sitting. And he hasn't got great feet, and we've known that for ages, and we've been trying to change it, but not too drastically, because obviously you can't just suddenly change their feet. So it's going to take up to 3 months for that bruising of the lamini to go. So at the moment he is in the turnout arena for most of the day, and then he goes to go on the grass for an hour, because my vet has said that she doesn't think he's got laminitis now, but my farrier thought that he did have laminitis now because of the bruising through the lamini, because that is a sign of laminitis. But we don't think he has laminitis, we just think it's the bruising from the structures of his feet, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we're going to wait 3 months. He's allowed to be in light work for 3 months, and then if 3 months time he's sound, then we know that's the reason why he was lame all this time. If he's not, then we'll have to look into other things. We're considering maybe putting him barefoot for a while, just to let the feet grow out naturally and how he wants to feel comfortable, rather than putting the feet in the position that we think they should be in, but him not being comfortable in that position, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that is the update of Ryan. Brian's obviously in that little paddock for now. Mary just gets to go out all day in her paddock. And yeah, that was a little Ryan update. That is not even half the explanation. Honestly, there is so much going on with that horse, I don't even know where to start. But let's go back at Mary. Okay, I am done mucking out. I said that Mary was clean, but she did not look clean at all in that video, probably because I literally got like a wheelbarrow and a half out of her. But she is actually very clean. Like, she doesn't walk any of her poo around or anything, and she pretty much wees in the same place. But I was very lazy last night, and I didn't get any of her wee out when I skipped out. So all this wee she'd had from when she came in at like 4. I didn't take any of it out, and usually I skip out their wee. I don't think I took any of their wees out, so that's why they're all extra wee this morning. They're all extra wet, but they've all had new shavings. They all have new shavings day to day. They have shavings between 1 and 2 times a week, depends on how dirty they are. Just doing Mary's water now. They've all got their waters and their beds down. Here. Wondering why their beds are all very different, and it's basically because Brian likes to lay against his bank, so I like to give him a bank. Ryan, I can't give a bank because if I give him a bank, he wees in the bank, and then I have to literally take out most of the bank. Whereas obviously if I don't have a bank, then he doesn't wee on the bank, and it's just a lot easier for me because I feel like I waste a lot more shavings if he has banks. And he's got cast a few times, and banks aren't actually supposed to be good for that, believe it or not. And Mary has this really weird shaped bed up to the front because she's very strange, and she lays at the front of the stable. I'll put like a screenshot in if I can find one, but she literally will lay at the front of the stable up against the door, and I didn't have any shavings there, and I just felt really bad for her because I just thought that can't be comfortable laying there. And she likes to stand literally up here against the doorway, so I guess she literally likes to stand here with her bum here, so she always poos there. So it just ends up getting like the mats are really like dirty and pooey. So I just thought, you know what, I'll just bring the bed up to the front of the stable, and that means she can at least lay on some shavings at the front of the stable, and it should be nicer for her. So that's my reasoning behind the beds they have. I'm just going to go in now and have some lunch, probably some early lunch, have a chill, and then I'll come back out to move Ryan over about 12:30, and yeah, that's about it really. Hello everyone, just a little cut in. I'm just on Ryan right now, walking in. It's very fresh. Haven't sat on him in about a week. This is him. It's very windy and freezing today. I haven't sat on him for literally like 5 days or so. So I decided not to long rein in, because where it's so cold and windy, I knew he would just be so fresh. Like, he's spooking at everything. Probably shouldn't be videoing right now because he's probably going to spook and push me off guard, but this is him anyway. So currently we're just walking, that's what his rehab is, and then we're going to slowly build him up. Probably I might have a little bit of a trot today, but for the next couple of months I have to do some light work, walk and trot, because of the bruising in his feet, just whilst it heals. But he's like basically gone stir crazy, where he's not allowed to do anything. Like in the field, he's just being an idiot. So my vet was just like, get back on him, do some walk and trot on like surface. You know, it's not going to hurt him, because we don't really want him to put too much weight on. And we also don't want him running around the field really, and that's what he's doing, where he's got so much energy. He's just running around the field like a lunatic, which he shouldn't be doing. So yeah, this is basically what we're doing for now. I'm doing some walk and trot on the saddle and some long reining in walk and trot as well, keeping myself fit. As you can see, he's so spooky. He's good at poo. Yeah, we've stopped. This is Mr. Ryan. Anyway, so I'm not doing anything with Mary today, as we're actually going out tonight for a good boy. He's gonna spook, I bet you. Anyway, I'm going up for my birthday tomorrow, as they're going up to London on Tuesday, but I'm not going. So yeah, anyway, we're going up for my mum's birthday, so I haven't got time to do all of them, so I just thought I'd do Ryan today and I'll do Mary tomorrow, because it's not actually, we don't need to do anything for her right now. Like, I just want to do some bits of her every now and then, just to get her ready for when she's ready to be backed again. But I've just let her have like a week to just chill after doing a couple of days of groundwork. Hopefully I'll do a vlog for you guys on that. Don't get to hear me when she's back. But anyway, I'm just going to get on with it now, do some stuff on Ryan. Mr. Ryan! Hello, beautiful! Look at them two in the background sharing hay. Just giving Mary her second lunch. Just going to get Rai and Bri in. I'm coming for you in a minute. I promise. Let's get Mr. Ryan. Oh, don't eat my hand. We'll get him in, change him out of his wet PJs. Well, he's wet foot rug anyway. Give him a brush, and I'm going to do the same for Brian, and then the same for Mary. I just had a quick brush over, had some hoof hardener on, just to help with his tootsies, had his feet picked out. Now he's going to go into his nice stable. I just gave you a treat. No. Come in. Come in. I need to get Brian. Come on. This weather is disgusting. Oh. Hi. Hey, you're not having Brian's treats. Have one of them. Right, come in. Oh, let's get you in. You've been running around the field. Look at the state of it. Come on. We're gonna have to tie you up, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Put your head collar on. Come here. Whoa. absolute wiener, aren't you? You want to come in, but you won't let me catch you. That makes loads of sense. I'm going to show you guys. He's not. Look at that mud. Wow, this video is crap. Right, come on. Oh, let's grab you. Tuck right there. He's sounder than he was. This happens when you don't ride Brian. He's wild. Doesn't help that Mary's being. I'm blaming this on Mary. Steady. This is all Mary. He's sounder than he was. You, Miss Mary from the dairy, you're annoying. Did a groom, picked his feet out, changed his rug, put his booties on. Always looks so happy. I don't think he enjoys the not being ridden and being in the little field, to be honest. But I don't really have much of a choice. What? Don't have much of a choice, Rosie. On our list is feeds, so these are the mash buckets. They now get mash in their, I say they, I have my little feed plan here. Brian and Ryan get mash in their feeds. They only get Ryan only gets a little bit because he doesn't really need to put any weight on anything, and Brian gets more just because, I mean, he is prone to ulcers and it's got prebiotics and probiotics in it, which helped with their gut and like balancing the gut microbiome and stuff like that. Sorry, but can't even hear me. So yeah, they get that, and plus Brian really likes the taste of it, so it gets him to eat all his food. And then we've got the feed buckets here. So the purple ones are Ryan's, the red ones are Brian's, and the pink ones are Mary's. And then I have to use these two as like buckets as such, as scoops, for Mary's lunch and two lunches, because she's currently got a feed bucket out at the moment, and I don't have 4, I only have 3, and she's using 1, so I usually have to use a feed bucket as feed scoop, but I've got 2 here, so I'm just going to use both of them while she's eating her lunch. I'm just covering my address. These are Brian's buttes for to go in his food. He's on his last day today, so yeah. So first up is the mash. I put this in here with, oh god, with the Saracen's recovery mash underneath. So it's the Key Flow pink mash. I just give a scoop. You put like 2-3 parts of water, so you'll basically put double to triple the water as you do for the Key Flow. It's like a 5-minute soak time, and then I put just under a scoop in the medium. No, that's not the feed bucket here. Bloody hell. So that is the mash done, so that is the dinner, and this is the breakfast. And then this is Brian's shape up. He gets a full scoop of this on his breakfast, and one dinner. That is this, the Saracen shape up. What did I do with it here? Trying to cover that. And then in here is Brian's food. So this is the molasses-free Denji chaff. At the moment he's only getting this where he's not in work, so he just gets 3 fuls to scoop because he's quite a good doer. He doesn't need a lot of food, and we don't want to put too much weight on him with his feet and everything. Obviously you don't want too much weight on his tootsies, so that's all he gets, as well as his supplements. And then this is the Denji Alpha A Condition and Performance Chaff, and Mary and Brian get this, so I don't use the scoops. At the moment I'm just giving Mary a handful. Big handful, you can't even see. Mary gets a handful just to cover the bucket in each feed. To be fair, I sometimes do give them a little bit extra on top. Just she gets that, and then obviously these are these aren't her feed buckets. I need to put the torch up. There we go, much better. Obviously these are her feed buckets for now, as I said. So feed bucket, and then again a little bit extra feed bucket. And then Brian, same thing, he gets a handful in his dinner and a handful again, but I actually put a little bit in his breakfast. He doesn't really like a big breakfast, and then I put the rest in his dinner, so he just gets the same amount of chaff, but he just gets a bigger dinner than he does breakfast. And then Mary's super fibre cubes from Saracens are in here. She gets just under a full scoop, split between 4. Oh, that's a lot in there. Oops, I put loads in there by accident. And then extra. I just kind of know roughly how much she gets, pretty much. So that's the basis of all their feeds done. Then I'm just going to do supplements. So, well, Butte first for Brian from the vet, just to help with it's basically an anti-inflammatory and obviously a painkiller. He gets Danilon because it's more palatable and he's very fussy. No, I can't. This is it. Make my life easier, doesn't it? So he gets 1 in each food. He's had 2 a day for 3 days. He was getting 1 a day. He got 1 a day for a couple of days, and then he had like 2 days off, and then because he wasn't better, my vet just said to give him 3 days of 2 a day and then see how he is. So that is what we're doing. And then bag. Moving on to supplements. So let's move on. I'm going to cover my address, move this box over so I can put these in here so they're not in the way. We'll start off with Ryan. So Ryan gets Pharmaquin, Better Life. If I can open the up. Well, they both, actually, I'll just do both. So Brian and Ryan both get this. They get a scoop a day. So I just give it to them in their dinners because in their breakfast they have the gut one. So that is Pharmaquin, which are their joint supplement, just to keep their joints feeling nice and fresh. And then they both get PharmaTrack digestive support, just to help balance the acid in their stomachs and basically help them to not get belly aches and stuff like that. So Brian gets, that's too much. They get a scoop. I give half in his dinner and a little bit in his breakfast, whereas Ryan just gets the full thing in his breakfast. Here, what's that? It's all over my fingers. Right, moving on. So then we have Cleavers at Marigold. This is a new supplement I've got. It basically helps with filling in their legs. It's meant to stop their legs from filling. So we will see if it works. They've literally only been on it for a day, so we're not quite sure obviously if it works just yet, but hopefully it does. So I need to actually measure out really how much they're meant to have. They're meant to have 30 grams a day, and this is meant to be 15 grams, but I don't think it's right. I need to actually get my weight, my scales. I'm just throwing it everywhere. wow, trying to do stuff with one hand is really difficult. Anyway, so 1 scoop in each feed, because this is 15 grams and they need 30, so a scoop and a scoop. I'm just going to break that up, I think. Break that up. God. And then Ryan, without trying to tip it everywhere, like I just did. I definitely need to get my measure out and see. Because that doesn't look like 30 grams to me, but oh well. And then next, Ryan has the Healthy Hoof, which is the same from same company, which is, this is all from the same company, although I don't actually know what the company name is. I need to try and remember that. As you can see, I'm reusing my Better Life tubs. This is a 50 gram thing, so I'm just doing this, giving them a scoop, because this is meant to be, they're meant to get 50 grams of this a day, so half in each of that. The Healthy Hoof. Moving on to Fabulous Formula, which is for Mary and Ryan, I mean, just to help with the growth of their feet. I'm running out of this, I need to get a new one. They get 200 grams a day, so 200 grams. Mary gets the same. So some, and then some. Split between all 4. And then moving on, we've got Copper Plus Mary, which is this is for red blood cells, I'm pretty sure. Oh, oops. This is for red blood cells because she, when we did blood tests for her, when we vetted her, her red blood cells are quite low. I can't even open it. So, yeah, we were recommended to get this just to help with the red blood cells. So she gets a scoop a day of this. I mean, it must be working because she is a lot more lively and a lot less lethargic now. And then Mary gets this biotin from Econ America, just to help support hoof growth, because again, where she was a bit lacking and everything, where she was a bit under the weather, her feet weren't growing very well, where she wasn't getting the nutrients she needs. So she's on a little bit of a hoof supplement, as well as obviously the Fabulous Formula, just to, you know, double help. And then lastly, I told you we had a lot of supplements. She's on vitamins and minerals, which is obviously what it says on the tin, vitamins, minerals, but it also has added prebiotics and probiotics, as you can see, for gut health. So this is really good for her as well. Just all round health, basically, because she was, like I said, a bit under the weather. Yeah, that is their feeds done. Mary's for Ryan's, and then the mashes. So now I'm just going to quickly mix them up. Nice. And we've got breakfasts, which are here. So Mary's goes on the bottom, then Brian's, and then Ryan's. These are their breakfasts, and then their breakfast mash, and then their dinners. Ooh. And then their dinner mash. And then that all goes on top of there. Done. And then obviously these are Mary's lunches, which will just go in here until I have buckets free. I hope you enjoyed that little feed update. Just gonna grab my gloves and I'm gonna go in, have a chill. And then I'll come out, get Mary in, and just give Mary a good old brush. I may attempt to hose her feet down, but I don't really know how it's gonna go because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I'll be back over in a bit. I hate this English weather. Mary! I just quickly brushed her, changed her rugs, because they all had like wet rugs on, it's been raining all day. Ryan's having a snooze. Just gonna pick that poo up and get Brian's poo out, and then that'll be it now until later. Hey, give them all their night nets, skip them out. I've got hiccups. Change our rugs, everything. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. First, I'm just gonna take some water around to do their feeds. I think there might be a bucket round there. It's freezing cold and very windy. Definitely likes dinner time. No, not yet. Not yet, chicken. So that is it for today's vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Everyone's just currently munching on their dinner. Ronnie, right over there. Ryan. And then Mary. What I do now is I come and skip out later. I'll change Mary's rug, and that's about it. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this like little updated day of the life. Obviously, currently my day in the life is a bit boring when I'm not riding, but I just thought it was a perfect time to do like a different one. And yeah, just show you guys kind of what I get up to. As you would have seen, I did a couple of clips of me working the horses, which would have been, well, it will be tomorrow, but I'm just going to add it in today's vlog because I was planning on doing something with them, but with the weather it being so bad, I just decided not to because they were going to be so sharp. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Ooh, yeah, ooh.